we're going to pull back the curtain on a hidden part of your biology that might just be the secret behind your most stubborn aches and pains. Seriously, it's a story about connection, friction, and ultimately, release. So let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? That nagging, deep, relentless tightness in your shoulder or your back. A knot that even a really good massage only seems to calm down for a little while. And you've probably just chalked it up to a tight muscle. But what if I told you the real story is so much deeper and way more connected than that? Because, that knot, it might not be a knot at all. It could be a symptom of something called myofascial pain syndrome. And this isn't just about your muscle fibers. Nope, it's about this incredible intelligent web of tissue that literally holds you together. A system that science is just now really starting to understand.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start by officially putting a name to this problem and figuring out what those mysterious knots really are.
So myofascial pain syndrome, or MPS, it's all about these super sensitive spots called trigger points, and this is where it gets wild. The pain they cause isn't always where the trigger point is. That's called referred pain. So you might press on a spot in your shoulder and boom, feel a sharp ache shoot up your neck or down your arm. These knots aren't just little local problems. They're broadcasting pain signals all over your body's network.
To really get what's going on, we have to meet the two main characters in this whole hidden drama. This amazing biological fabric and the molecule that keeps it all running smoothly.
First up, fascia. I want you to just forget the old idea of your body as a collection of separate parts. Instead, picture this: a single, continuous 3D spiderweb of tissue that connects everything to everything else. It wraps around every single muscle, every bone, every organ. It is the unifying fabric that proves no part of you is working in isolation. It's what creates these long, continuous lines of pull and tension from your head all the way down to your toes.
Now, for this incredible web to actually work, all of its layers need to slide and glide over each other without any friction. And the secret to that effortless movement? It's a molecule called hyaluronan, or just HA. Think of it like this. If fascia is the body's superhighway system, HA is the oil that keeps all the traffic flowing perfectly.
And I love this. Scientists have this fantastic, almost playful way of describing it. They call it biological jello. It's this amazing stuff that doesn't just lubricate, it also gives our connective tissues their structure. It is truly the unsung hero of our entire internal architecture.
So, if fascia is the highway and HA is the oil, what happens when that oil goes bad? Well, that's when that smooth gliding turns into sticky friction, and suddenly, pain-free movement feels like a distant memory. Okay, just take a look at this comparison. On the left, you've got healthy fascia. It's hydrated, it's flexible, the HA is doing its job beautifully, and all those layers are just gliding. But now, look at the right side. This is where it all goes wrong. The HA literally changes its consistency. It becomes thick, sticky, almost like glue. The tissue gets densified. It can't glide anymore. And that's when you feel stiffness, restriction, and, yep, pain.
And this slide really breaks down how that happens. It's like a chain reaction. It all starts with a trigger. Maybe you sat hunched over your desk for way too long, or you pushed it too hard at the gym, or you're just dealing with some inflammation. That trigger causes the HA to change, to get all viscous and sticky. And then suddenly those fascial layers are grinding against each other instead of gliding. And that sticking point, that little area of densification, well, that's what we feel as a stubborn, painful knot or trigger point.
Okay, so that's the problem. But here's the really good news. Because we now understand the mechanism, we also have a much better idea of how to fix it. So let's talk about some of the ways to find that relief.
So, on the medical front, there are some really targeted approaches. Now, you're going to see some terms here that may look a little unfamiliar. That's because our source material comes from a Turkish medical journal. Tedik nokta injectionu is just a trigger point injection, which uses an anesthetic to chill out the muscle and break that pain cycle. Kuru iğne tedavisi is dry needling, where thin needles are used to physically stimulate and release the trigger point. And this is so cool, there are even injections of something called hyaluronidase, which is an enzyme that specifically targets and breaks down that sticky, dysfunctional HA to get that gliding motion back. Of course, manual and physical therapies are also incredibly powerful. Physical therapy is amazing for stretching and posture correction. But now we know why things like deep tissue massage and myofascial release feel so good. They're actually working on a molecular level. That combination of pressure and heat can literally help break up those tangled HA chains, reversing the stickiness and bringing that lubrication back to the system.
And here is where you really get to take back control. An anti-inflammatory diet,
packed with things like omega-3s and antioxidants, helps cool the whole system down from the inside out. Hydration is absolutely non-negotiable. Your fascia is thirsty tissue. And, this is crucial, you have to move. Just sitting still is a primary trigger for HA to get sticky, so regular varied movement is one of the best forms of preventative medicine for your entire fascial system, period.
Okay, so now that we've seen the problem and the solutions, let's zoom out one last time for the big picture. This is the real aha moment of this entire story. The most important takeaway is this. Your body is not a machine made of independent parts that you can just swap out. It's a single, unified organism. And fascia? Fascia is the physical proof. It's the network that connects your big toe to your eyebrow and absolutely everything in between. And there's this brilliant map for this whole interconnected landscape. It's called Anatomy Trains. This framework literally charts out the continuous lines of fascia that run through your entire body. And it shows us how force and tension get distributed along these myofascial highways. So what does this actually mean for you? Well, it means that nagging hamstring tightness might have almost nothing to do with your actual hamstring. It could just be a point of tension along what's called the superficial back line, a continuous band of fascia that runs from the bottom of your feet, up your calves, up your hamstrings, along your spine, and all the way over your scalp to your forehead. See? The problem isn't the part, it's the pattern.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty powerful question to think about. If you stop chasing symptoms in all these isolated parts, and instead start treating the health of your entire interconnected system, what long-standing issues could you finally solve? The answer just might change everything for you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.